Hi friends, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and today we're looking at a big wash light. This one from Gamma. It is the Oculus XLZ. Full name, Silhouette Oculus XLZ. That's it. This is a bigger light than we typically look at on this channel, but I think it's always good to look at bigger fixtures and glean what you can from them, even if you're not in the market for a fixture of this size. So this is a fixture with 37 really bright LEDs. I believe they're 60 watts, but honestly, efficiency in LED matters more than wattage, and so it doesn't matter. It has lens rotation. As we can see here, this lens will rotate freely forever and ever and ever. Pan and tilt, good range, 540 and I believe just over 180 on the tilt. Good solid build, heavy because of the lenses on the front, and a lot of features under the hood. So let's take a look. First and foremost, the physical. This unit is equipped with locks, which are nice on pan and tilt if you want them. Typically for servicing, they just help if things break down the line. It's a lot easier to repair when you can tilt it every which way, especially as you take elements off, like the lenses and the weight shifts. It just having locks on the pan and tilt are nice, and they work well. On the back side, we've got our jacks here. So we have ArtMet in and out, which is awesome, and then DMX3 and 5 pin. And a PowerCon True 1 input. This being like a 900 watt and something fixture, we're not going to see a PowerCon throughput on there because that's just ridiculous. You're not going to be able to chain many fixtures together. It is True 1, but it's not a waterproof fixture. Okay. Overall cool design, has some funky little swoosh things on the side here. Full LCD screen with pictures and stuff. And let's plug it in and boot it up. So it boots up nicely. It seems to be well behaved when it does that. So we'll power that guy on. We've got DMX connected, and I've got it patched here in Onyx so we can really show you what's going on. So there's a few things that are really things to note about this fixture. The first is for how big it is, it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of fan noise considering you're really only going to be using this in pretty big spaces. We'll let it boot up here and then we'll turn it on. It's very bright and it's got a really killer zoom range. So it goes down to 3.5 degrees and it goes all the way up to somewhere around 45 degrees. Okay, and that zoom range, which you'll see in these clips here, really gives you the ability to have a beamy type effect or more of a wash of backlight. And then of course, when you're in the narrow, you can also drop in that lens. So here we are, we've got it super narrow. You can probably see how bright it is, how it's just blowing out the camera over here. It's got a really nice beam in the haze. Even at narrow, it breaks up a little into different segments, but it does look really nice here. I'll tilt it over your way a little bit. You can really see how that looks. And so like I said, it's got a really killer zoom here if we take it wide. It's not a super fast zoom, again, because those lenses are heavy, but it gets there pretty reasonably. Has a variety of colors here. We'll go put on the rainbow. So here we're able to see nice rainbow effect. Has somewhat of a beam through the haze. It's not as pronounced as other fixtures, but it does look pretty nice. And when it looks really nice is when you do put in the beam scatter lens. I'll go ahead and do that here. And you give that guy a little rotate. So pop it up to its rotating portion. And that's where things look really cool, where you scatter the beam and you can get that really cool beam effect, those little beams everywhere through the air. I think you can see them here, and I know we've got some footage from earlier that I took that shows off those as well. So who is this light good for? Well, it's a moving wash with some effects. So it's definitely best for backlighting, side lighting. You could use it for audience lighting. Any place where you want a really strong wash of color. Like right now here in the studio, actually, it's probably not as apparent as it could be because it's at 50% brightness. But here in the studio, I mean, it is lighting this place up. It hits the ceiling, it's going everywhere, lighting this whole place up. It's got a nice beam and, you know, just generally works really well. Not only do you get this lens here, but you also get the ability to pixel map. So say I go ahead off the cuff here and I just play something, grab one of my favorites from the Onyx factory library. And all of a sudden now you can see all these different lenses here doing different colors, which looks insane, looks really good. And so this is definitely that type of fixture. This is not your baby's first wash fixture, right? This is not your, you know, yeah, this is going to be the first thing you use kind of thing. But I think if you're looking for a really big wash light and, you know, you don't need something that's totally touring grade. I mean, this thing feels well built. Honestly, the plastics feel good. Everything feels good about it. But especially if you've got this installed somewhere, and maybe you appreciate having that ArtNet directly in, you appreciate, oh, it's got clamps on the bottom, they fold down and tighten with an Allen wrench. And so if you're looking for that wash light that has kind of all the stuff involved in it, that, you know, has colors, has effects, can pixel map, and you want that all in one place, then I would take a good look at this. We've got other options available, but you know, for the money, it's really hard to beat this. And you know, just looking at it, watching this pixel map on it, using it, measuring it here in the studio, I just don't see a need to go with anything more expensive. This guy, the Silhouette Oculus XL, seems to have everything we could need in a light. And so if that looks good to you, then head over to Learn Stage Lighting Gear. We've got this fixture and so many more, and we'd love to help you find the right thing for you. Until next time, let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.